All right. Good evening, everyone. Let me just try to get everything wrapped up here real fast. Okay. So we do have an active tornado warning that has, of course, popped up here in the far eastern parts of Caddo County, moving into Grady County. And as you can see in this big kind of storm blob, it is heading towards the metro. So let's go ahead and dive right in and see what's going on right now. Again, feel free to go ahead and view me on either YouTube if you want to ask any direct questions. It's a great way to be able to interact with me a little bit easier than it is for Facebook. But also feel free to go ahead and pop into Facebook and say hi as well and comment as well. So let me just make sure everything is working as it's supposed to be, and we'll dive right in here and see what's going on with this one tornado warning that we've got going on. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom right on in. So again, well, before I do that, let me just zoom out real quick. So right now across the state, we do have two big bodies of storms. We have the one that has the tornado warning heading into the metro, again, which we'll cover here in just a second. There's also another round way far out in western Oklahoma with an active tornado on the ground. Again in far west Roger Mills County. So we won't cover that one at the moment. Okay, let's zoom on in to the storm here. Again, this is going to be a brand new tornado warning that they just kind of re-upped, and it's going to be remain in effect until midnight. So right now we got another 22 minutes for this particular tornado warning, and again, it is not moving. This storm is not moving very fast, but it was located, near Minco, and it's moving east about 25 miles per hour. So again, if you're in the Minco area, this will eventually go towards Tuttle. Eventually, right, it kind of goes all the way through here. Again, it could go more towards the southeast. It could go more towards the northeast. So again, kind of that big range. So really, anyone in this kind of purplish box, we need to make sure that they're being weather aware. So again, this is going to be right now it's west of Minco, which is again right here at the very kind of starting point of all of this, and we'll zoom in so we can get a little more detail on it. So Chris Palmer asked, again, more timeline. So Chris, it's going to be a while. It's going to take a while. We'll see if it speeds up or continues to slow down. Again, right now it's crawling pretty good. It's only going about 25 miles per hour. But the downside of this is that means there's going to be quite a bit of flash flooding. The storm is moving extremely slowly, so it's dropping a ton of rain. All right, so let's jump right in. So again, to a view that you guys are probably more familiar with, that you've seen me done in the past. So a couple different things. Look at the winds and the rotation. So right now, the biggest threat right now, and again, looks like it's getting a little bit stronger, as in fact very much stronger. So again, if you guys live anywhere, in Minco, Union City, we're looking at the main body of rotation just straight north of Highway 152 between North 2800 Road and 2810 Road. So again, we're looking again just about 2 miles northwest of Minco is the main part of the rotation. You kind of start seeing, as we've talked about before, those really bright colors, those bright blues, and those bright reds. And then our shear rate right now, again, anytime we start seeing those greens and those yellows, that's where we're going to get the most type of rotation going on in these storms. So again, that's what we're kind of watching. We'll do it again. Another quick zoom out real fast. Joyce asked, where is it located to them? Again, let me do a quick little show you real fast. If anybody, just as a reminder, if anybody would like to be located on my map in real time so we can cover it, just instant message me your address, and then I'll GPS coordinate on our map. So for you, you are located right here with, again, the little pink dot. And again, we're going to be looking at the storm right now in the yellow dot. So at the moment, it's going more towards the east. But again, as we know, things can change very quickly. So I would, be watching this, as it kind of moves again towards the east. It's still going pretty slow. You just saw the news radar scan, and it's crawling. Um, but really, anyone that's going to be in that warning box. So again, we're going to extend that out a little bit. So I would, start getting ready for even G and J, Stowers. Eventually, could even go, J Payne, S&M Miller, again Mustang, Tuttle, K&M Stowers, Storm Show Stowers. We're gonna all kind of have to watch this as this moves towards the east. Okay. Again, feel free to always chime in, ask questions. I do not mind it at all. I will take a look, and then again, as a reminder, also you can ask this to me in YouTube in a live chat, and I can take a look at that as well. All right. Let's do a couple things. Again, it doesn't look like there's. Let me see if there's any sort of debris or anything like that. Nothing that I can see yet, which is good news. So again, it's still trying to tighten up a little bit. Again, we're still looking west of Minco. Let's do a little bit of a 3D view. See how well the winds are getting down to the ground. So if you zoom in right there at the very bottom there, you guys can see that it is getting much closer to the ground. These high colors. Anything when you see these multiple colors really close to the ground, that means again there's not just the high level or mid level rotation, but there is rotation almost all the way to the ground there. So again, that's why that tornado warning is in effect. It's not amazing yet on that, but it is getting to the point where we're going to have to watch this pretty closely going forward. So let's go ahead and pop this up real fast, see if we can see any more. Yeah, not yet. All right, let's go back over. All right. So again, so my phone just went off. So again, your phones might be going off, depends on where you're located at. But again, it did say, again, an active tornado warning, which is good. Glad that we're getting notified and making sure that people are waking up and turning things on, just as I know a couple other people are doing. And I'll be sending out a couple text messages here as well. The reason why we all just got that text message just a second ago is they did go ahead and add in a new tornado warning. So again, this just came out a minute ago, and again, same details, nothing new. Is 11:43. This storm was capable of producing a tornado near Minco, and it's still moving east at 25 miles per hour. So again, nothing different from exactly what we're just talking about. Same thing, still in the same area near Minco. As it moves still towards the east at 25. So again, let me go ahead and see if I can't get a different storm track on this. I don't try to do this just too often because usually it's moving pretty quick. But this, since it's going so slow, let me see if I can do another little tool here. Yeah, okay. going to pop it right on where the tornado, is kind of close to located at. Just bear with me for a quick second. There we go. All right. And I'm going to say, let's see, it is 4:45 Zulu. Let's go to 4:30. About right there, I'd say. All right, let's see how close this is going to get. Pretty close. All right. So again, timings right now, the way that the speed is going at the moment, um, again, doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. Doesn't mean it's going to be exactly following this path. But right at the moment, it's saying that with the current trajectory, again, it might be kind of splitting, following the river almost. But if it kind of goes up a little bit, kind of goes down a little bit, then again, this could be, Minco, obviously, going on, right now, 11:48. Union City, 11:49. Again, right now at the moment. Tuttle, we're looking at about 12:06. So again, still have about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, plenty of time to see what's going on. We're looking at about Mustang about 12:19. And then again, K&M Stowers here about 12:11. And then eventually, as it gets towards the more locations, if I kind of zoom in over here, we're looking, again, CNS Iliff here about 12:40. So to answer the question from before, I think Chris Palmer, I think you were asking it, when's it looking to get towards more? I'd say again about an hour, right? Which is a lot that can happen, within that hour. So it could speed up, could slow down, but that's the current track that I'll have out there. I'm just going to pop that in the top right corner. We'll see if that continues to hold or it needs to be slightly adjusted. So I'm going to turn off that little pathway at the moment just to make it easier for you guys to see it on the screen. And let's dive in a little bit closer again. But great question. And again, feel free for anyone who wants to know anything detailed. Or again, if you'd like to have your name, on the live map of exactly where you're located, so I can call it out. Again, just email me or do a direct message to me in Facebook, and then just your address, and I'll GPS coordinate it. Okay. So again, still has some broader rotation again. So we're looking again, these greens and these reds wherever when they're meeting. You'll see in a second ago that if I kind of do it on a loop, you'll see that how those kind of greens and reds are kind of trying to tighten up. This last one, little scan, maybe 15 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago, was getting kind of tight. Now as it kind of goes through, it's still kind of broadening, but it's trying to get tighter again. Still kind of wrapping with within that storm. So not an immediate threat at the moment of something dropping. We'll kind of keep watching it. But again, if you're in Mustang, Tuttle, even Bridge Creek area, I might be on the very southern tip of this whole storm. Again, we're going to kind of keep watching it pretty close. Go ahead and just start getting your tornado precautions. It's not moving fast. We've got plenty of time, so nothing to get overly worked up about. But it is heading towards the east. Again, it's still moving about 25 miles per hour. So it's not a quick one. The storm right above the big one that's going through Yukon right now and headed into Bethany. It's got some, just to let you guys know, it's got some pea-sized hail. So again, that's eventually going to be heading into the metro faster. Again, Bethany, the village, Forest, Forest Park. That's again, pea-size, maybe a couple, pennies, something like that, but nothing crazy. we're going to keep watching that one as well on some of the rotation. Again, we'll kind of see this little blip out. We'll kind of keep watching that and see how that's going. But right now the biggest player in town is this, the storms, southwest of that, near the Minco, heading into Tuttle, Mustang area. All right, I'm gonna pull up, get me another radar product going on here just so I can see things as clearly as possible. I won't necessarily show this one. This is just a different kind of view that I use. So lots of different products that I use on a bunch of different screens. Some you can see and some you can't. But I'm just going to pop that off on my other screen here. Again, just gives another little quick view of the storm so we can, again, better track what's going on. All right. So again, if you're just joining us, again, welcome. I know that this is kind of an abrupt thing for tonight at 11:52. There is, I'm going to do a quick zoom out, and then we'll zoom right back in and track that. So for the overall state, again, there is two big bodies of storms. The one that is in central part of Oklahoma right now, and then the secondary storm fronts that are far west Oklahoma that's got an active tornado warning on the ground, which is that pink box. And again, just as a reminder, for my maps, red boxes, of course, means a tornado warning. The pink box means there is a confirmed by a spotter tornado on the ground. So if you ever see the pink box, it's not just a tornado warning, but somebody has seen debris and an active tornado on the ground. And that's the difference between that pink box and the red box. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and zoom on in here. Again, to that storm. Again, I'm going to be taking a look at this little storm on the north near Bethany here in a minute. But let's zoom back into the storm that is, kind of gone through Minco. It's, heading towards Tuttle, heading towards Mustang. Looks like it's went a little bit more northeast. I mean, just a maybe touch. Again, that rotation, it's still a little broad. Nothing, not near as tight as it was earlier, which is good news. Again, it's pretty much following the river at the moment. Again, these are, this is what's called, the shear rate. Basically, you might see this on, News 9 or News 5 or 4. But it just kind of tracks the different rotations and, how, powerful that rotation is, and how close to the ground it is. Right now, again, it's kind of still, yeah, nothing that is, massively concerning at the moment. But again, we're going to keep watching it because it's kind of spun up a little bit and it's spun down a little bit. So we're going to continue to watch it as it moves again towards the metro. While that's going on, let me do a quick see if anybody here has got any live storm chasers right now actively pursuing this one that I can utilize. We've got several ones way out there on the far western Oklahoma on the other tornado warning. You got a couple out there, but I don't think I'll take a look at those just yet. Let's see if there's any other things here going on that I can. Yeah. Not yet. So again, this is something that is popped out a little bit, not say unexpected, but a little quicker than everyone thought. So there's not really a lot of storm trackers right now on the ground. If that changes, if I've got a couple of different sites that I look at for all the live storm chasing, if that changes, I'll pop that up like I've done before and see if there's any good view of this. Okay. So let's jump back into the actual location area. Again, right now it's the main kind of rotation is still over the river. Yeah. I mean it's there. I know it's just broad right now. There's not a whole lot of concentrated, one little spot that is just, oh my gosh, there it is kind of thing. it's still a little broader on that on that. So let's see if there's any more news updates. No. So again, this tornado warning is going to be active for at least another 14 minutes. Or actually longer. So this new tornado warning is going to last until 12:30. So I don't know if you guys will hear any sirens going on, Mustang, Tuttle, Newcastle, Bridge Creek area or not. We'll see how long this one is going on at the moment, but we're going to keep watching it. Again, right now the biggest, the biggest threat at the moment is, kind of up, was near Minco. Right now it's pretty much over the river. But again, as you can kind of see earlier, where those reds and those blues where they kind of meet, where you said earlier, that's when you start seeing that kind of, green's getting a little more farther north, or red's getting a little more farther south. That's where that spinning is starting to happen, and easily seeing it on radar. You'll see that as time kind of goes on, kind of ropes itself out, and now it's more broad. But we'll see if that rotation changes and shifts anywhere, or tries to spin back up. So again, we're just going to keep watching it here closely to see what is going on. But the good part is here, we are moving very slowly. It is not moving fast. So again, anyone in that tornado identified area has got plenty of time to take a look at what's going on and then make things appropriately. Okay. But yep, still right now, again, we're looking at almost right over the river, that kind of that area. Again, we'll see again if it changes direction or anything, but it's heading right, right into the western or southwestern parts of Mustang. Let's see if that continues to kind of broaden out on that rotation, or if it starts trying to get tighter again. But it was pretty much right over the river a couple minutes ago, and we're looking at Southwest 104th Street, and my guess about Gregory Road, somewhere in there. But again, we'll kind of see this as it kind of moves on. The back little red box here, this one will go away here in probably just 2 minutes. This will probably get dropped off from the back one, and then this main tornado warning again. We'll see how long it actually lives. But again, if you're in the Mustang area, south part of Yukon, yeah, I think this they're gonna probably have to issue a different tornado warning because they originally had this going more east. I think this is going just a touch more towards the northeast. I mean, ever so slightly. So here's a little bit of a playback view for the past 20-30 minutes. Yeah, I'd say it's going. I mean, was going directly east, and now I think it's going maybe a little bit more touch northeast. So again, if you're in Mustang, even G&J Stowers, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to. Yeah, I mean, there's just isn't anything that's just absolutely devastating looking in that. Let's take a look at here in Bethany. A little bit of look at the again, just looking at these little notches or little hooks. As I know everyone's nice to have. Yeah, there it goes. That as we talked about 2 minutes ago, that back tornado warning got dropped, and I am curious to see if this gets updated or changed or also dropped as we kind of have these storms move in. But again, that based on this velocity data, yeah, I mean it's not. I'm more interested in this north storm that's actually near J Payne and CNS Anderson. We'll kind of again I want to keep watching this one here. That again is just straight north, and again we're looking at for this top north one Sarah Road and 10th Street. we're going to kind of watch this one a little bit. Again, it's going into Bethany and eventually moving on towards the east, into the village, and then into the main part of the metro. So we'll see. Again, there's not any active warnings right now on the storm up there. There's not a lot of hail. There's not that strong of wind. So again, no active warnings on the storm near that's near Bethany. But again, we do want to make sure and keep an eye on this one as it kind of moves towards the east. Okay, we'll scroll back down a little bit. We'll see again the original tornado warning. That's again was near Minco. Now again it is moving a lot more northeast. So again, the red tornado warning box, not quite accurate. So I'm sure the National Weather Service will update this here before too long. The good part is it's still in the latest scans here. It's still fairly broad. But again, if you're in Mustang, Jay Payne, Essen and Miller, as this moves more towards the northeast, again, I think that's what said. We just need to watch it and see what's going on here. But at the moment, it's nothing that is just crazy. Not even any big hail, which is great news. I know we've all had different levels of tons of hail and stuff, but again, I'm gonna keep watching it. Again, I'm looking at a lot of different data products, a lot of different views of this storm. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to change also, by the way, just give me just a quick second here. One thing that what you guys are going to see something kind of crazy here is I'm going to change the color scheme on here to get rid of some of these blues. So maybe make it a little bit easier for everyone to see something. So let me do that real fast here. Do that on the. So my weather radio just went off. So again, good idea. Again, if you don't have a weather radio, another plug-in for making sure that you do have a weather radio. But let me change this real quick. And I will say that the weather radio beat me this time. So that's the new yellow box that just got launched, the new severe thunderstorm warning, which again we'll look at here in just a second. But it beat me, looks like, by just a little bit. All right. Again, this is just a different color scheme. Again, and what I mean by that is, depending on how bad you want that storm to look. If you want, you're a news channel and you want it to be reds and whites and pinks and purples and oh my gosh, everything is falling down, you can just change the color scheme. I'm gonna go back to the other one actually, make it a little bit easier. So, all right. So again, right now that was that new severe, thunderstorm warning that got issued for most of the metro. Again, a little bit more of that northeast direction. So again, I know a lot of, I kind of figured that. So that a lot of that, everyone in the metro probably got some sort of alert. That tornado warning, as you saw, that little red box just got dropped off, simply because there just wasn't a whole lot of there. So again, if you are just joining us, I'm going to do a quick little, going to do one more zoom out real fast, and then we'll zoom back into the state. So again, right now for the state of Oklahoma, I'm going to kick off that one here. There is, two major active storm throughout the state. We got the big bulk again, which we'll zoom in again on in just a second for the metro. There's also a secondary line out here in the far western parts of Oklahoma, Roger Mills. And some others that has an active tornado warning and an active tornado on the ground over in Beckham and Roger Mills counties. For the metro, so we're going to zoom right back in here. There was that tornado warning that just got canceled. So again, just just a couple minutes ago, you guys saw that little red box. We've been talking about it. The storm that was near Minko and was causing all of our concern. I didn't see anything that was just crazy. And National Weather Service went ahead and um, canceled that whole tornado warning. So right now we then they reissued a severe thunderstorm warning. So again, right now that tornado warning from the National Weather Service says the storm which prompted the warning no longer appears capable of producing a tornado. Therefore, the warning has been canceled, which is great news for all of us. From a severe, just to kind of look at a couple things here, from a severity perspective for the storm, hail size. So I know a lot of people are getting a lot of different lightning going on right now. And again, feel free, for Facebook, go ahead and you can make comments, ask questions. Again, if you do want to interact a little bit easier, I would recommend that you can try using the YouTube, as I just launched that. So in case you want to do that, I'll go ahead and I'll paste that here in the chat. I think if Facebook allows me, it sometimes does not like this. And posted that YouTube link in chat, and again, just an easier way for me to look at your comments a little quicker. All right. Right now, again, hail. Not a whole lot. We do have a little bit of hail going to be heading up to Guthrie. So again, this storm up on the north side. Again, we're talking about pennies, maybe some pea size. Nothing crazy. Not even up to the severity level. Here for the metro. Again, as it moves towards through Bethany, this top little storm. Eventually, the village, Nichols Hills, Jerica, El Schroeder. Right now, there's still some some mid levels, rotations. There's not. I mean, it's just nothing crazy. And luckily, no hail. So that hail core has kind of dropped off completely. And again, the storm that produced that tornado warning down here near, again, Union City, and now, entering Mustang area, that one is no longer really producing any hail. And like I said, that it flattened out, and that rotation is pretty much non-existent. So, good news. I'll keep watching it, as I know it's impacting a bunch of people here as it kind of goes through the metro. But as at the moment, nothing that's too overly concerning. It's just now it's kind of turned into more of just a normal, normal rain showers. Okay. Let's go and take a quick view. We're going to watch and see how this storm, and just, this far western storm near Elk City, and again, this active tornado warning on the ground at the moment. It is eventually, as you can kind of see, as we've been talking here, was starting off way when we first went live near Sweetwater, and it does continually, move towards the east. I mean, it's hours. I'm talking hours away, multiple hours from impacting the metro. So again, it's nothing that's immediate or anything. But we'll have to watch and see if that continues to stay as powerful as it is, because it does have a fairly larger hail core. And again, that active tornado warning and confirmed tornado on the ground, way out near Elk City, moving east, or even a little more southeast, I'd say, about 35 miles per hour. So again, it's nothing near the metro, but something that eventually that storms are going to be moving over. But there's a lot of time for that to completely decrease in severity as it moves more towards the east. All right, we'll do another zoom in real fast here. I know Tulsa's got some activity, a strong storm, not severe yet, but a strong storm. But for the metro, it is pretty much weakened. I mean, it's continuously weakened, and it's getting even more weaker as time goes on. So again, right now, I mean, you might get lucky to see a pea-sized hail. I mean, maybe. but but more than likely probably not just just some rain. From a rotation perspective, I don't see anything that's concerning at the moment. It's pretty much all just died off. And the storm towards the north, it's almost feeding that big storm towards the north. But again, it's nothing that's still at the moment too crazy. So if you're in the metro right now, a lot of lightning. It's gonna be fairly loud. Uh, no big hail. And at the moment, again, we're continuing watching it, but at the moment, uh, there's just not anything really. There's no fun rotation. Like it is like there's nothing there. It's just I don't know fun, but there's nothing to talk through, which is good. We can all hopefully go back to bed here before too long as it is entered a new day. So happy Saturday, as it is 12:12 in the morning. So hopefully you guys have some great weekend plans. While we're watching this storm kind of go through the metro, let me do one other thing here and look at the forecast. See what is heading our way for the coming days. I know tomorrow there's and Sunday there's again some more risks of some severe storms in the next couple days. We'll continue to watch it here in just a second here, but let's see what the latest radar models are predicting here. So yeah, I mean overall, right now that the storms that are in far western Oklahoma, again, they will eventually, still move into the metro. Obviously, I'm gonna guess probably much weaker than they are now, especially with the storm, kind of eating up a lot of the atmosphere and a lot of the energy. But right now it says about 4 4 a.m. So next 4 hours, which I'd say is probably fairly accurate. Talk about 4 hours for this next line, to move into the metro. I'd say probably about 4 a.m. And then and again all morning. So most of the morning, tomorrow will be rain showers. Won't be. I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot of severe or anything like that. Just after about that 5 a.m. window, from about 5 a.m. all the way out to about noon, lunchtime. Um, it's going to be rain showers. About 11 o'clock, noon time is when they should all move toward the east, and then on and out. So if you're still here and you're still watching with us, a quick little view of tomorrow. Again, rain showers till about noon, and hopefully they'll scoot on out towards the east. Let's take one more time look at this storm near Mustang, see if it's going to do anything, and then can probably call it for the night. And luckily, no hail. Some broad rotation, nothing concerning. And wind speeds, we're looking at, 30, 35, 40 mile per hour overall. A couple higher gusts in there, which is why it is still severe. There's 60 mile per hour wind gusts. It says quarter size hail. I'm not sure I believe that one, but 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So I'd say again could be a little breezy in this storm as it moves throughout the metro. But that's it. That's the only current threat at the moment that I see. Not again. There is still some broader mid-level rotations or anything, but I mean it's nothing to write home about. So all right. Well, if you have enjoyed watching this with me, you can appreciate you guys staying on this late. For anyone who actually is still there, I can't tell how many people are actually still there or not. People come and go, pretty quickly all the time. But I won't be able to know that. But I'll probably go ahead and hop off for now, as the storms have completely died. And again, we'll see if anything up on north happens. Um, Again, we do have that other line coming in. Yeah, again, about 3, I'd say about 3 a.m. next 3, maybe 4 hours. But again, that's a long time for those storms to weaken. Apologize. Over the next 3 or 4 hours as it moves towards the metro. But with that, I do hope everyone has a great rest of your evening. Hopefully, you're asleep. You can go back to bed. For now, again, if anything changes, again, still make sure you have your weather radios, because again, that just as mine went off, that's the best way. If I'm not able to hop on immediately, that's the best way to get notified. So whether your phone, whether your weather radio, make sure you got those tools in the tool belt to watch things. But these storms have completely just fallen apart, which is great news. And yeah. Okay. If anything else, if that changes, I'll try to hop back online and take a look at it. But again, right now, at the moment, nothing too concerning. So I'll probably end the video now, and then we'll see what happens here in the next little bit. I'll stay on and stay up and watch it just for a little bit longer. And if anything else concerning comes up, I'll hop back online. All right. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a great weekend. It's going to be a stormy one coming up and another wet weekend. But we'll get through it, and have a great rest of your night. Take care.